Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special Christmas podcast for this year. I'm so excited because I wanted to come on just before we get started. And this is a little bit different than what I normally do, but I'm super excited because I have a special little gift for you. So it's the holiday season. I love giving. So I decided that because we're talking about money and talking about bringing in more money, I decided to offer all of you guys a cool little gift. And I have created a little mini money magnet meditation and just a little tiny course for you. So I'm so excited. It's so packed full of good stuff. You're going to find in this meditation, we're going to move out some of your lack thoughts, your lack mentality, and open up more space to bring in more money because you deserve to live a very happy life. You deserve to live an abundant life, and you deserve to have the desires and the things that you want. And as we start to move out our blocks and move out these things that are really preventing that energy from flowing to us, you're going to find that miracles happen all over for you in your life. So I'm excited to offer this little gift for you as my podcast listener. Look in the show notes for the link to get this special gift. It is free for you. All you have to do is go opt in and go listen and start clearing out your money blocks today. I wanted to do this because I've had so many people that have come to me lately and telling me that they're worrying about money. And I get it. It's the time of year. It is the season. There's a lot going on. The thing that I want you to understand is you can learn to trust money, and you can learn to trust yourself, and you can learn to trust in this abundant world that you have been placed into. We want to think of money as, just money in and money out, and we have to earn it. Those are old ways of thinking. Those are old ways of being. And I promise you, there's a new way of embracing this money life. So enjoy today's podcast. Enjoy our time here and go get some healing on your money blocks. And I can't wait to hear what you all think about it. So let me know. Drop me an email. Leave me comments underneath in my website, underneath the meditation. Follow me on Facebook. Leave me some comments there, some love. I would love to hear from you. So happy holidays, everyone. Enjoy this gift, and we will talk to you all very soon. Thanks for being here today. You are listening to the Intuitive Healing Connection, where intuitive healing connects with everyday living. Hi, my name is Gina Stroll, and I am your host. I am best known as the down-to-earth energy healer that doesn't sugarcoat the truth. I walk my clients through the healing process so they can find freedom from their emotional pain, heal from their past, and find peace and joy again. If you are interested in healing your emotional past, tapping into your spiritual side to receive your own answers, finding your own clarity, and discovering your own spiritual truths, then you are in the right place. I am here to lead the way and to help you discover your own intuitive healing connection. Hello, I'm so excited to be here and to be recording this special Christmas podcast for you. I love Christmas time, and I love all the things that come along with it. And I got up and I was thinking, what could I do? What could I share to help get my beautiful viewers, my beautiful listeners through the holiday season, maybe just a little bit brighter, feeling a little bit lighter, and really helping you deal with the stresses that come along with the holiday season. Because we put so much stress and pressure on ourselves to do all the things, to do all the traditions, to get all the stuff. And the one thing that kept coming up, and it has been coming up in my healing sessions with my clients, is this worry about money. We have these safety and security issues that we just get so caught up in that there will never be enough, that we won't have enough. How are we going to pay for all of this? This is going to cost so much money. And, even within today's economy, you turn on the news and you hear so much gloom and doom and everything that's going on around you. And it is overwhelming. It is so overwhelming. But that need to want to step in and follow the Christmas traditions and, buy the gifts and get all the things and, food and just all the beautiful loveliness that goes along, yet stressful stuff that goes along with the holiday season. So I want to lighten your load just a little bit today and talk to you a little bit about worry and stress. And I want to talk to you about what it does to our bodies, what it does to our mind, and how you can start stepping out of that. Because I believe there is a way. And I have a saying, if you have worked with me at all, if you have listened to me at all, worry does not solve your problems. No amount of worrying all night long about solving world hunger is going to solve world hunger the next day. The only thing it does is makes you super tired, super grumpy because you didn't sleep all night and you stayed up all night wondering how that was going to work out for you, trying to dictate and control the universe, when the best thing that you can do is learn to surrender into it and to let go. And I know that sounds counterproductive and it is super hard to do, but I want to talk to you about that today and the reasons why letting go is the best thing for you to do. So I want you to think back first before we get started today over your life. And I've asked some people this sometimes and they're like, yes, we have. We went without. Because the question that I want to ask you is, have you ever truly, truly went without? Have you ever been in a place, even if you were in your lowest lows and maybe you didn't have everything that you wanted, maybe things were a little tight, they were scrimping, we were really striving to get by, maybe your power did get shut off, but maybe you didn't get kicked out of the house. Like, have you ever really truly been in that place of not having what you need? Now, most of us, there are some of you that can probably say, yes, there was a time. But the thing is that you're still here and you made it through somehow, some way. And I believe in my heart of hearts, when we start worrying, we need to remind ourselves, this is my key number one, of all the times that we have made it through, of all the times that we were afraid there wasn't enough money, or that we weren't going to be able to pay the power bill, or that we weren't going to be able to do those things, and we still made it through. I think there's great joy and satisfaction in knowing that we did take care of it to the very best of our ability. We did the very best that we knew how. It may not have been pretty. It may not have been how we wanted it to look or how our expectations of the situation were, but we did it. And this is one of my first keys in really looking back over your life and how many times it may have been at the last second, this last Hail Mary shot, that some money comes in and you were able to do what you needed to do. But it seems to always come in for us. It seems to always be taken care of. And if we can start bringing that kind of energy into our life, I guarantee things are going to start looking up for you. But we have to start switching our mindset. It is so easy to get stuck in the shithole and easy to get stuck in this low place and reminding ourselves over and over again that we're never going to have enough. We don't have enough. We're never going to get enough. We're never going to have enough. We're never going to be able to pay off our bills. We're never going to be able to do all these things because it's so easy in our mind, human mind, to go to those negative places. It's much easier for us to set in that negative place, even though it feels terrible to be there. And we even convince ourselves that worrying about it is going to somehow make it better. This is the biggest false story that we even tell ourselves, that somehow worrying about it makes us a better person. I hear people tell me all the time, if I worry about my kids, it makes me a better mom. I'm like, how? I don't, there is no correlation to that. The more you worry, the better mom you are. That makes you somehow a better mom by worrying about what they're doing versus trusting and knowing and being in a good place yourself, being grounded and firm in who you are, and being able to be that support system there for them when they need it, instead of worrying and being all over the place, wondering what's going to happen and are they going to die and everything's going to go wrong. We have a tendency as humans to go to that negative place. It is easy for us to stay in that negative place. It is so much harder for us to try and stay in a positive state. That positive state is the exact thing that you need to stay out of the worry hole. Reminding yourself that, for one, we will find a way. I've always found a way. I'll find a way to deal with it. And number two, worry solves nothing. It makes your body sick. Our physical bodies literally become sick from worry. It is stress inside of the body. It builds up like a toxic chemical in there. And the more prone you are to these worry stages or these worry periods, the more your physical body takes a hit. I don't know about you, but I don't want that to be part of my world. Now, I was a worry wart for many, many years, worrying about money. Absolutely. I was raised in, if you, for some of you will understand this, some of you won't. We were raised in my dad was a truck driver. We were in the oil field. It was either feast or famine. There was never any in between. We were either doing very well and my dad was never home, or my dad was home all the time and we had no money coming in. These were the two extremes. And I learned to live in those extremes even in my adulthood. It was either feast or famine. We were either doing really good. But the funny thing is when we were doing really good, I was worried about not doing very good. We were worried about that next thing, that the shoe falling, that next bad thing that was going to come. And so there was never really any peace in all of that. And my mom would reinforce that for us. We've got money today, but we just don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And so it was always this gloom and doom. We just never knew. The sad thing for us is what I remember growing up is I think we had more food on the shelves when my dad was out of work than when he was working, because we would go to the food pantry and go get food, and we would get the kind of cereal that we liked and all the things. So it was really a different place to be. And it was really hard as an adult for me. Now, lucky for me, I didn't marry into, my husband was not in the oil field. I didn't marry into that, thank God, because I didn't want to be part of that anymore. I didn't want to be, because it really is a bust or boom kind of deal. It's either really good or really bad, and there really is no in between. And so I did not want to be part of that in my adult world. And I didn't marry somebody who was in that. But those tendencies were still there. And so for me, as I got into my marriage, it was me that was paying the bills and doing all the things. And it was this constant state of worry of whether or not we were going to have enough. And I remember that went through most of my adult years, or most of raising my kids. And I realized one day, oh my gosh, you know what? I've set my kids up for this same feast or famine mentality. I had set my kids up for the same thing because that's what I had modeled for them. And I realized I didn't want to do that anymore. I needed to work on my money issues. I need to work on these feelings of safety and security, because that's where this really comes in, is money comes down to our safety and security. And, when the checking account looks good, we can kind of take a deep breath just for a minute and feel safe until we start worrying about it not being safe again. And we go through this constant upheaval, this constant process of worrying about our safety and security and whether or not we're going to have enough. This safety and security is built into the human brain. It is just part of the makeup. There was a time when, if we didn't go and grow our food and raise our food and take care of our food and stock our food for the winter, that people did die. There was a time and a place for that. Now it's very different. Now we just worry about having enough money to buy that food, to have that food for our family, to be able to take care of our families, and to feed them through the long winter months. It's a very different mentality, but that fear-based safety and security is still there. It's been there for many, many generations, and it will continue to be there as part of that human makeup. And so we have to learn to bring that safety and security in for ourselves. The one way that I have done this for myself is, for one, work on my money issues. And I've done that a lot over the years. I've realized that I had a poor relationship with money, that I felt like I was bad with money. I felt like that money just came and it was just gone instantly. I didn't realize that money was a renewable resource. And we put so much emphasis on the mighty dollar that we take that energy part of it away. The things that I have learned over the years is that money is meant to be circulated. Money is an energy. It is meant to come. It is meant to go. It is meant to flow in, and it's meant to flow out. And if you can keep that mentality in and understand that As I bring money in, I get to allow it to go back out and help someone else as well. And more money is just continuing to flow to me. Once we stop that flow, that's when we get into trouble. That's when we start feeling this worriness over money. And you can start watching that in your life and see how that works for you. Start paying attention to that. When you know that more money is coming in, does that feel safe and secure for you? If you don't know that, or you're afraid that it's not going to be enough, is that kind of stop that process, that ebb and flow of allowing money to flow in and out of your life. That money is energy. Energy is meant to move. It is meant to have movement in it. So when we can start realizing that, start realizing that this money is a renewable energy, it is meant to flow, it is meant to come to us, it is meant to go out to other people, is actually a gift. And if you can start looking at your bills as a gift, that you have the money to pay them and you have the money to pay them on time. Even if it's late, still look at it as a gift of, you know what, at least I have the money to take care of this. And it's an honor to be able to do that. It's an honor to be able to let this money do what it is designed to do and flow into me and come flow back out to someone else, come right back to me. And knowing that whatever you put out into the world is going to come right back to you. This is another one that I use a lot. I know that when I go and I pay my bills, and I have the opportunity and the money to pay those bills, that is a gift. And that as I put that money out into the world, it's going to come right back to me just the way that it was designed to do, just that ebb and that flow, allowing that money to do what it is here to do for us. Money is just a key. Money is just a tool that we have here in the physical earth to get the things that we need. And when we can start taking that emphasis off of it so much, we put so much power behind the money that it gives us these feelings of uneasiness. Now, I'm not saying that for Christmas you go out and spend yourself into oblivion. I don't agree with that at all. I think we need to, stay within our means, because when you overspend, that causes more stress for you. But we also need to know that there's a time and a place to trust. And when we can start incorporating those together in a healthy way, start finding ways to bring in more of the money and start doing the things that we want to do so that that money can sustain you with a lifestyle that you desire. It really comes to a mindset work and really learning to trust ourselves, trust in the process, trusting in the universe. And this is my next point, is bringing in some trust. Because if you've always been taken care of and you've always had a way to make ends meet, so to speak. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of living in the realm of making ends meet. I don't want to live like that anymore. I push way beyond that. I'm ready to start living, having money support the lifestyle that I desire. And that is what I put out to the universe. Thank you for allowing money to support me in the lifestyle that I desire. Because I don't desire to be in a place of living paycheck to paycheck or scrimping to get by anymore. That isn't good enough for me anymore. That's not the life that I want to live, but we have to start reaching out beyond our means, start opening up to the possibility of, yes, I can have that lifestyle. And how can I bring that in for myself? And the minute that we start doing that, we start opening up to the abundance of the universe. And this is a beautiful thing. This is where things start really flowing for you. When you can start trusting a little more in the universe, getting out of this scarcity, fear-based realm, and really stepping into trusting the universe and allowing the universe to guide your path. This is where things start opening up for you. This is where you get offered another job. This is where things really just start feeling like they are flowing for you. And when we're in that flow, that's when things feel really, really yummy. That's when money feels really good. That's when we start enjoying having those things come in for us, having that money roll in for us. We start getting those raises. We start having things just spontaneously happen out of the blue. You win something, you win a gift card, things like this just start happening for you. But we really have to start opening up to trusting in the universe and trusting in the process and knowing that this money is just energy and it deserves to flow and it deserves to have that ebb and flow in life. And it comes in and it goes out and it comes right back to you again. And we start this process all over again. Really, when we can start opening up to the possibilities, this is where we can step out of worry. But you have to believe in something bigger than yourself. And I believe this 100% hands down. We have to believe in a universe and a God and something that is just bigger than we are. Even if it's just your guide team bringing you in, helping you get to that next level in your business or in your life, whatever it is. Most of us get locked in. I guarantee if you take a step back and look at your money situation, we get locked in um, an area in your checking account, and it stays in that area. So if you're in the red, you're going to spend a lot of time in the red and maybe bouncing up out of the red, but you're back down in the red. Or maybe you've been making a certain amount of money for a long period of time and you believe that that's just where you're at. Like there is no moving out of that. This simply isn't true. We get in our mindset locked into a position that we think is all we're ever going to get. And it's when we can start pushing those boundaries a little bit. We start finding new ways to bring in more money for ourselves. We start asking the universe and putting it out there to the universe and allowing the universe to lead us and guide us and bringing in other avenues of income for us so that we can get to that next level. We've got to be open to all of that. We've got to be open to understanding that we need to work through our money issues. We need to bust down our abundance blocks so that we can allow ourselves to get out of our childhood belief systems about money. For me, just like I told you in the beginning of this, it was, that mindset of feast or famine. And we just never really had enough. It wasn't enough to go around. I mean, there were 6 kids. It was tight. And as an adult, I understand that. But I also know that I had to step out of those in order to get past that and move to the next level for me. And it's the same thing for you. It's really starting to say, yes, I can. Starting to choose the things that you want to choose, starting to change the way we talk about money and the way that we feel about money. I don't say anymore, oh my gosh, we can't afford that. I say, you know what? I choose not to spend my money on that. Do you see the difference in the energy in that? I just choose not to spend my money on that right now. I'm going to choose to do something else because that gives us the power back. That takes our power back. Maybe it is true that we really can't afford that right now, but I'm not going to put that out there to the universe because I'm just going to say that I choose to spend my money somewhere else right now. And I choose to do this of my own free will, not because I'm backed into a corner, but because this is what I'm actively choosing to do. So when we can start really changing our mindset, knowing that, you know what, I choose to believe that there's something better than this for myself. I choose to believe that money is always coming my way. I choose to believe that things are getting better for us minute by minute every day. I choose to believe that I get unearned and earned income as well, and it comes to me in an abundant way. We can really start changing that mindset and empowering ourselves. Because the minute we start believing it, the minute that we start seeing it differently is the minute things will start changing for you and start looking very different for you. Now, does that help your situation maybe with Christmas at the moment? Maybe not. But the thing that it does is takes you out of worry so that you're not in this constant state of worry and worry about having enough. Trust in the universe for just 1 minute. One of the best things that I did for myself, and I find myself leaking back sometimes into my old habits, but then I just go pull myself back out. One of the best things that I did for myself is I set up on everything on auto pay. I should say most everything. I mean, there's a few things that, come due once a year, or, insurance or whatever that is, but here's the deal. The moment that I stepped out of constantly worrying about going and paying that next bill and whether there was enough money in there and whether the moment that I just put it out to the universe and said, look, here's my bills. This is what has to happen. This is how it's going down. And really stepping out of that worry of worrying about all of the individual things was the moment that my life changed for me. And I didn't do that until just a couple of years ago. And I finally just decided, you know what? I don't want to be constantly, I did it as a way to control. I thought that I was in more control that way by knowing exactly what was going out and when it was going out and how that was happening. And then I just went and set up everything on auto. And it's amazing the switch that went off inside of my head, knowing, and I just put it out there and I just know that the universe is fine. It's going to be taken care of. And guess what? It has. And so when we can do that for ourselves, set up those things on auto pay, tell the universe, this is what we need. This is what we desire. This is the life that we want to live. And we start trusting that that's coming to us minute by minute, day by day, hour by hour. Trust that that is coming in for you and that good things are happening to you all the time. Just that little switch, putting that trust out there and then knowing, changing that mindset and knowing that good things are coming your way makes all the difference in the world. If you do get stuck in fear, you do get stuck in the worry, we have to start little by little and start pulling ourselves out. And I use this mindset technique to do that for myself. And I'll remind myself, you know what? It's okay. If you want to worry about money today, that's okay. We also know that worrying about money doesn't get us anywhere. And, it just makes us sick. So maybe you can start there. You know what? You can start little by little. I choose to trust in the universe today. This is scaring me. I get it. I understand it, because it's okay to acknowledge our feelings that we are scared. I am scared today. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm going to choose to trust that something bigger has a plan for me. I'm going to choose in something bigger. I'm going to choose to trust that the universe and my guides will find a way. They'll help me. They'll open me up and show me some different ways on maybe how we can work this out. And the minute that we start changing that mindset, start changing what we're telling ourselves, because I guarantee if you don't actively give your mind something to think about, it will go back to its default, which is you're a loser. See, you couldn't even do it again. Look what happened this time. I left you in charge for 5 minutes and you screwed it up. Those kind of things will start creeping back in. And those are the mindset, those are the stories that you do not want to let creep back in. We want to bring in this abundance mindset, bring in this openness, opening that energy up and allowing this money, this energy to flow through you. So anytime you get stuck in that worry, start with a lower thinking thought and work your way up to gratitude, love, and abundance for the things that you do have. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude is one of the things that I teach in all my abundance courses. If you've taken my gratitude class, you know all about it. If you haven't, go to my website, go check out my gratitude. It's a 30-day gratitude challenge. You will freaking love it. It is life-changing. So if you can step out of this, we don't have enough, and step into, yes, we do. We can do this through gratitude and spending time every day saying what you're grateful for, bringing in that energy of gratitude. Again, the energy of gratitude is just like the energy of money. And if you can bring in more gratitude into your life, I guarantee you will bring in more money into your life. They have to go hand in hand. We have to do this work together and really allow yourself to step into the unknowns. Step out of that fear and know that everything is coming your way. And it may not be in your bank account right today, but if we can change that mindset and know that it is coming, that change is on the horizon, that things are coming to you, good things are coming your way, that you are worthy of all these amazing things that are coming your way. When we can really start stepping into that gratitude part of it, this is where our life begins to transform. The universe cannot help itself. You start saying thank you and you start showing the universe how grateful you are for everything that you have right now. It cannot help itself but to start bring new people, new clients, new money your way, a new job, whatever it is for you. It's amazing how that will open up for you if you're willing to do the mind work on the side. So I hope this has been very helpful for you. It's time to step out of the worry cycle. It is not good for your physical body. It's not good for your mental health. And worry solves nothing. Worry just makes you sick. It makes you grumpy. It makes you tired. You lose sleep over things that you're stepping out of the control cycle when you do that. Once we can start bringing our mindset back in and start allowing ourselves to think more abundantly, that is when your life is going to change. So I wish you all the very merriest of Christmases. Try and really stay out of this worry cycle and to step into this peaceful cycle, knowing that everything will find a way. It may not be pretty at the time. It may look like a freaking hot mess on the outside. But what truly matters is what's going on the inside and what's going on inside of your head and how you're feeling about all of that. So I would encourage you to try some of these things that I've put out there today. I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you so much for being part of my world. Thank you so much for allowing me to come in and be part of your world. Without you, this podcast wouldn't matter. None of this would matter. So I appreciate so much you coming into my world and being part of my world. May you have the happiest of holidays and a very amazing 2024. And I will see you all next time on the next podcast. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening today. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this podcast. I would love to hear from you. You can reach out to me by email at ginastroll@ginastroll.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as Gina Stroll Intuitive Healing. You can also find the full podcast videos on my YouTube channel as Gina Stroll Intuitive Healing. If you are interested in working with me or you would like more information about any of the healing programs that I offer, you can find that information on my website at ginastroll.com. And of course, don't forget that sharing is caring. Share this podcast with a friend and help spread the healing energy around the world. Thank you for listening and joining me today, and I can't wait to connect up with you again.